Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Brawley. I'm a longtime resident of Montgomery. I've been a member of the Planning Commission for a few years now, and recently elected the chairman of the Planning Commission. I'm also involved with the Chamber of Commerce. I think it's time for some new blood on the board in Montgomery, and I bring with me skills as a civil engineer in my day job, and solve problems for a living, so I plan to solve problems for the village of Montgomery. Thank you.
Secondly, we have Josh Salisbury.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Josh Salisbury. I'm a lifelong resident of Montgomery. And my plan is simple for the residents. My plan, if I'm elected, is to work for you and make myself available to you, because you are the ones I answer to. And I hope to solve a lot of the problems that we've encountered with our budget and our foreclosed homes and a lot of major issues that we need to tackle on the board, and I hope to tackle those.
All right. Stan Bond.
On January the 29th, I set out on a mission to walk as much of Montgomery as I possibly could and speak with as many voters as I possibly could, from Crown Street on the far east side of town to Bertram on the far west, up Lincoln Avenue to Ashland, and as far south as Concord. A lot of you welcomed me to your doorstep or into your homes and gave me an earful. It was a very good experience. I saw a lot of good people, heard a lot of great comments. Many of you were concerned about the economy, about our business growth, about the business climate, about what we can possibly do to reduce expenses, stretch our money, stretch our dollars, make them go a bit further. My business background gives me some thoughts about how we might be able to do that. I have been self-employed as president of an advertising and marketing firm for 26 years, and most of my career has been spent working with business executives in various growth and development and marketing projects. I've been responsible for industrial growth and development in the city of Carbondale, Illinois. I've been an active volunteer in Montgomery for the Montgomery Fest, for the Beautification Committee. I helped found a neighborhood watch on the far west side. I've been involved in environmental programs along the Fox River, Lakeshore, litter pickups. I've adopted Route 30 for litter pickup there. I hope to be an advocate for more environmental and sport fishing activities in Montgomery, and hope very much to bring some needed vigor to our business development and growth programs. So again, my name is Stan Bond. I ask for your vote. I hope to bring fiscally responsible and business-minded ideas and measurable change to Montgomery.
Thank you. Jean Felton.
Thank you. My name is Jean Felton. I have been a resident of the village of Montgomery for 40 years, or it will be 40 years in June. I am completing my second term on the village board as a trustee, and prior to that, I served on the Planning Commission. I would like to ask each of you to consider me when you're voting on April 5th. I'd like to be able to continue to be a part of the growth and the change that's gone on in the village of Montgomery. Over the last few years, I feel like I've been a valuable part of that and would like to be able to continue because we've got some room to go yet, and I want to continue to be a part of that. My background is in banking, so I think I have a solid understanding of finances, and I think I've been able to share that information and be a valuable resource in terms of dealing with the budget with the village. And I just would ask each of you to consider me when you're voting.
Robert Waterman.
Good evening. I'm Robert Waterman. I am 37. I've lived and purchased my first home in Montgomery over 15 years ago. I'm proud to be a fourth-generation resident of the area. I ask myself, what do you expect in a trustee? And I've always approached the subject as being, this is a village is a lot like running a business. If you have excess employees that aren't contributing, they're causing you overhead. How do you get people to come into your business? You have to keep a clean-looking facade. With this, our village, I feel you need someone with qualifications. You need someone who has experience in the budget process, experience in purchasing Whether it be a fire engine or putting a facility like this together. I'm a member of the community in many more ways than just being a trustee. A trustee should be somebody who's out and volunteering in the community. It should be somebody who is there for others. In my capacity, not long after I moved to the village, I decided to become a volunteer firefighter. My little daughter asked me a couple days ago, "Dad, why do you got dark spots under your eyes?" Well, sometimes it's because you get up at 3 in the morning and you get up at 5 in the morning to come and serve the people. I'm not part of any coalition. I've never been a yes guy. I'm an independent thinker, and I approach the village from a perspective of when you have issues before you, you need to look at the entire issue. There's been times before when we've had to consider liquor licenses. Well, you say to yourself, what is one more going to do? Is that going to hurt competition of the other businesses we have in town? What effects is it going to have on the community? Every time I think as a trustee, that's the way I try to approach stuff. I look at it from all different angles. Many times a trustee is somebody who has an impassioned plea from somebody, and it's easy to tell that person yes. But you have to think on the benefit of everybody. Finally, in terms of being visionary, as a village in the last 10 years, we have looked to our future. We've taken opportunities to connect our water supply on the far east side to make a loop. So if we had failure, those residences would not be cut off. Every time we have the opportunity, we have to say to ourselves, how is this going to affect the future? Lastly, I believe the most important trait of a trustee, the one that I've tried to employ the best that I can, is listening. You have to listen, and you have to be there when your community needs you. Thank you.
Martin Flowers.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you to the Chamber, thank you to WSPY, and thank you to the residents. I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be sitting in this office. I have been a resident of Montgomery for 20 years. You know, to kind of build on what everybody else is saying to set the theme for tonight, I think the tone of what we're looking to do is where do we want to be at in 10 years? You know, 10 years ago in 2000, Montgomery had just about 5,000 residents. Today, we sit at 18,000 some change. Over the last decade, we've seen tremendous growth, like you've talked about the progress. You know, a little bit about my background. I've been involved in the community since I was, 20 years I've been involved. I've had family members serve on many different boards throughout this region, and, it's been a pleasure to be involved. But again, we have to address the situation in hand, and it's where do we want to be at 10 years? And that starts tonight with this discussion. And so, obviously tonight I'm asking to keep it there, look long term, begin to look at regional planning. What can we do with regional planning? Many people have asked me this question. Well, we can begin to work with our neighbors. There is a region. We have Yorkville, Oswego, Aurora, Naperville impacts us. These are things that we can look towards. We can share, build through our shared communities. And working together, we can accomplish many things. So my name is Martin Flowers. Thank you for the opportunity.